Welcome back to episode 2 on board Bella. Today is another very big day. Yesterday you got the opportunity to see the entire boat fully dressed up and meet the crew. Today's equally as big of a day as we start to prep for our crossing down to the Caribbean. That means provisioning, COVID tests, we have a tender to deliver back to the boat, and just all round stowage of the vessel before heading underway to the Caribbean, which is a 5-day trip and just over 1,000 nautical miles. So the tender on board Motor Yacht Bella is the original tender from the build in 2008. The crew have made it fairly obvious that the owners are not the biggest fan of the tenders, and neither are the crew. It's quite a wet boat, and if you're a crew member, you know how awkward it is to wet the owners of the boat or the guests of the boat when they're coming to enjoy their trip. The good news is that Bella has ordered a brand new Novarania that will be joining them soon.
This one's for your mum, Sam.
Mum.
My mum.
The 11.
She messaged me on Instagram yesterday.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, I promise.
Kathy!
9876543.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
987654321.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you can probably tell, there's quite the contrast from yesterday where the boat was fully set up and ready for guests essentially, and today just like that, completely covered up, everything is inside, all the cushions inside, and everything has been strapped and ready for sea. I've been asked many times about why people don't often see guests on board boats when the yacht is taken across the Atlantic or down to the Caribbean, and you would think you'd be able to come on board and just simply enjoy the pleasures of the cruise. Though in fact that's not true at all. There's often serious seas out there. We've got the Gulf Stream that can cause a bit of trouble with the weather, and as a result the boat is completely strapped and tied down, essentially not allowing any damage to any furniture when we do hit a bit of rough sea. As a result, it makes it quite difficult for crew to be able to cater to guests just because the boat is completely strapped up. Also, all boats run with its full 24-hour schedule when at sea, meaning that they don't really have the opportunity to cater to guest needs, but rather focus on just making sure that the boat gets down to its destination safely. That being said, I've heard of boats doing it. I just know that that can be a little bit more dangerous and a little more costly to the owner with breakages than what you would actually imagine.
What's on these ones?
This is a vegetarian option, so I've done deep fried Brussels sprouts with some nice Mexican cheese I've chopped through there, and a little homemade seasoning that I've made as well. And I'm just going to top it off with some pickled red onions as well.
So you used to work in a restaurant in London, is that correct?
Yeah, a few restaurants in London. Murano, 1 Michelin star Italian for Angela Hartnett, one of Gordon Ramsay's protégés.
Oh really?
Yeah, 5 years I worked for her.
And how long have you been on boats?
7 years. 7 years on and off though. I take time off sometimes just to go back into restaurants and just get some more inspiration.
You happy?
Yes, it looks amazing. I'm so hungry.
So I just got a pretty interesting message from a captain that you all know pretty well, who's also his 50th birthday today actually. So gonna end this video off with some visuals from the drone of a boat that you all know pretty well.
Justin here again from Motor Yacht Bella, about to do our pre-departure checks for our 5-day passage down to the Caribbean. It'll have like exactly.
What's the tail too short? Was the tail too short?
He like has his tail exactly like 45 centimeters.